Hi.
Hello.
Yes, I'm MJ Marfori from the Philippines, and I'll just ask away. First of all, congratulations on this beautiful project. Uh, as an actor, what were your preparations for this role, given that it's a period Japanese series?
Yes. Well, none of my preparation was really concerned much with the Japanese side of things because the man I was portraying came into that culture uh, blind and
Oh,
ignorant. So I thought it was a good thing to not look into too much of that unless it until it became relevant to his forward trajectory. So, but other than that, it was just a case of kind of getting some basic understanding of England's geopolitical situation in 1600 and the Catholics and what was going on then because I didn't know too much about that. So yeah,
but what was the most beautiful thing that you noticed upon learning about the period of 1600s Japanese era?
many things. I guess. Oh, that's a difficult question. The, I,
Because there are
the,
a lot.
there is a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of things that were. It was a very educational experience from that perspective, because
Uh-huh.
every day there were new things that were relevant to their history that I would learn about, and and yeah, there were all kinds of things about just how people from Japan conduct themselves, which I found very interesting.
And it's very precise. And speaking of precise, of course, we are in the modern day and age, and you have to be so particular about the 1600s. And of course, there is a talk about cultural appropriation and all that jazz. So, as an actor, how careful were you while doing this project?
I wasn't careful at all. I just kind of did my job. I was just employed to portray one man, one character,
Uh-huh.
and that's what I did. I didn't concern myself. I just did what the script told me to do.
You were just making sure that, hey, this is what they asked me. This is what I was gonna give.
Yeah, I was. My only concern really was for the portrayal of John Blackthorne, and I that was my job. So I did that.
So how was it working with Ada?
Yeah, it was lovely. She's very hardworking, very professional, and we work very closely um, trying to figure out the dynamic between Blackthorne and Mariko, and how it would progress. And yeah, couldn't hope for a better colleague.
And right now, why is it so important to show this kind of series in this day and age to our audiences?
Well, I just think it's a good story. Um, I think its origins are rooted in a very interesting period, pivotal period in Japanese history. And yes, it's a historical fiction, but the man who curated those historical events into a novel found them to be rich ground for good stories, and I think that spirit that uh, began in his novels is certainly carried through into our adaptation of that story. And I just think it's a good story, and there are so many excellent characters in the story.
And speaking of characters, let's talk about the casting. As an actor, I do know this is an American production, but of course, the majority of what they cast or who they casted rather are of course the Japanese people. And right now, representation is at the forefront, of course, of Hollywood as well. uh, as an actor, what's your comment on that?
I don't have any comment on it. I just think I guess it would be really hard to uh, to make a show about 1600s Japan without any Japanese people. So we needed the participation of Japanese people, and yeah, I guess it's very much a Japanese story, and everybody else like Blackthorne, he's a guest in their story. So I guess yeah.
Thank you so much. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much.